Yes, it is visible.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So as per the schedule, I will inform you about some tips of the research proposal writing. So yesterday, just give me a couple of seconds so that I can just revise the things. Yesterday, what we have done that in the yesterday session, we have taken feedback from the different persons who have joined here from the different institutes and from the different disciplines also. So from your aspects and your query, what I came to know that you need that how to write the research proposal. So along with that, you need that how to write a research manuscript also. So in manuscript topic, I will come later in the next day, maybe in the next session. So today I will focus on the research
Dr.
grant proposal
Agnipa,
writing. Yeah,
Dr. Agnipa, Pradyuman here. If you don't mind,
yeah,
if you
sure.
can switch off the video because your video is constantly getting freezed for a few seconds. So I think it's lagging
Okay,
behind
okay. Then
due
I'm
to network issues. So if you can, yeah.
yeah. But my voice is audible today.
Yes, you are clearly audible today. That is not a problem.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Now you are audible. Yes, sir.
okay, okay.
So we can start sharing the screen, but keeping the camera off. Yeah, please.
Yeah, PPT is showing still. Yeah.
Yes, it's clear. Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So that yesterday also we have discussed about the research. So I have given some hint, and also you have also given some inputs that what is research. So from your idea itself, I came to know that research. We all together we made a definition of research that is a kind of a systematic investigation where we can put the some knowledge is some so to do the research some unknown things. Okay, so if there is some unknown things, we are going to do the research to know the unknown things or to explore the unknown things. But that investigation should be in a systematic way. Okay. So what will be the systematic ways? Already I told you something that we have to go for the research gap searching. So because without research gap, you cannot make some objectives. Yesterday I told you that we have to make some objective first. And after making an objective, we should make a budget plan and timeline planning. Okay. So these things I will discuss today in just in a deep manner. Just let's start with my presentation today. So today I will be talking about the writing a research grant proposal. And so this starting of my this session, I just kept these 5 points. Okay. So first is to select a grant. So whenever I'm going for to select a grant, what will be the motivation in that? So first is will obtaining the grant aid your studies or career? Okay, so suppose you are going for a, okay, so let me complete all the questions and one by one I will come. So next is, do you have time to allot to requirements? Third is, do you meet the criteria? Fourth is it feasible to finish the application prior to the deadline? Fifth is there a necessary output and is that achievable? So these 5 things will be there that you should keep in mind whenever you are writing a research grant. Okay, so it is actually looking a very good research grant if you are considering all these 5 points. Okay, so first point is what will obtaining the grant aid your studies or careers? See, suppose you have written a research grant, a research proposal. And if that research proposal is not that much feasible, and if it is not giving any outputs in your career, then what is the role of the research grant? There is no role actually. So you have to write a research. Suppose some people also have seen many that they have what they have done. So they have just written something because to fulfill their criteria of their institution, they have written something which is not at all applicable to their research topics. So whenever you are going for the research proposal writing, whenever you are going to submit a research proposal, the research grant, this what should I say that grant institutes or the funding agencies, grant agencies, what they are doing, they are checking your last 5 years this publications. So suppose you are thinking a problem in terms of some agriculture, okay, but you are from the economics background. So you have published the good research articles in economics, but at the same time you do not have any research publication in agriculture. So what you have done, so in the same way, just you have written a research proposal on the application of this application of economics in agriculture, and you suppose you submitted that paper, that proposal. Now, when they will check your publication, definitely they will see that there is no publication regarding the agriculture. Okay, even if it is a very, it will get a consideration because you have published some work in the good work in the economics, and you are applying the concept of economics here to do some problem of agriculture. Okay, but at the same time, what people are doing, if they are from humanities, but suddenly they got some interest in the suppose in accountancy and all, or suppose business strategies, and they have written a proposal in business strategies, and they not by taking help from their friends and all. So and at the same time, they don't have any publication on that. So without any publication, they are submitting their research proposal. So that is definitely is going to be fail, because they will check your potentiality through your publication only. So whenever you are writing any research proposal, definitely try to strong your research publication. Now the point is then I cannot switch my topic. I cannot switch my topic. I cannot switch my field. Yes, you can. So before if you're switching the field and if you're seeking for the grants, so before going to the grant or before going to the research proposal writing or submitting research proposal, first you do some work and you establish your command on that particular topic. You publish 1 or 2 good research papers. After this research paper publication, then you can apply for the research grant, because publication is or this published manuscript is a kind of a proof document for them that person who has applied for the research fund, he or she is very much potential. Okay, so that is the first one. That is studies and career and all. Second is time frame. Do you have time to allot to requirements? Okay, time frame is also important. They will check these things. So do you? That is these are some questions that before writing a research grant you should ask yourself. Do you meet the criteria? So whatever criteria you fixed, that is it possible to meet within your research proposal? Is it feasible to finish the application prior to the deadline? So if you are giving some deadline in the project, is it applicable that if you are or it is feasible that you can complete your total research application, whatever you are going to do after your research grant, after your research project. So is it possible to complete that one before the deadline? Then last point is there a necessary output? Is that achievable? So if you are writing outputs, if that output is really good for the society, if it is really necessary for the society, then only you should submit your research proposal. And if you are writing a expected outcome, this should be the outcome. And if it is really achievable, then only you should present it. Otherwise, if it is not achievable, means you should not go forward. Okay. So coming to the next slide, that is about some general tips I kept here. What I felt with my past experience, that first is know the culture of the funder. Okay. So first, before going to submit your research proposal, suppose you want to go submit a research proposal for DST. So see the DST website, that what is their aim, what is their scope, what kind of proposals they are going to be funded earlier, what kind of projects are ongoing projects are there under the DST. So these all the things, all the nature of the DST, you should know. So that according to that, you can prepare your research proposal. Follow the instruction properly. Sometimes if you go to their official website, there itself they are writing some instruction to the applicants. So we are not following properly their instruction. Randomly, we are writing the proposal with our own format. So if you are not following their format, in the technical round itself, initially your project is going to be declined or rejected. So know the assessment criteria. They should write some assessment criteria. So on the basis of this, suppose we have written some call for proposals, you read the call for proposals properly and you see what are the assessment criteria, what they are asking for that, what novelty should be there, or what is the assessment criteria. That also you should check, because if you know the assessment criteria, then only you can write the project accordingly. So treat the application like an argument and present it with confidence. So sometimes maybe whenever you are going to write a research proposal, if some concept is there in your mind, okay, and if it is really has some application, so you treat it application like an argument. You don't means in that point I want to say that you don't feel that okay, whatever idea I thought or whatever I felt that this should be the whatever problem I have addressed, this is only the big problem. So maybe for them who are sitting in that funding agency, for them maybe it's a very small problem. It's a very tiny problem. So for them maybe it is not an important problem. So you are the person who are you are the correct person who are actually who can tell them the importance of your work. So with the full confidence. So these things also should be the confidence skill. If you are having confidence enough, and if you are writing your proposal in a confident manner, definitely it is going to be sometimes it is going to be considered. And last is use the appropriate disciplinary concepts and methods. Suppose you are working in some chemistry work, but you have written some methods of some different mathematical calculation. So definitely whatever is your this research problem or objectives you have addressed, you have to choose the methods and concept that is correlating with your concept only. Don't take the other concepts and try to write this very concise way and very crispy way. Okay. So writing a research proposal. First is what purpose of a proposal. Why we should go for a research proposal. So to show you have a worthwhile research project to undertake. Okay, that is first point. Second point is to demonstrate that you have the competence to complete it. Third is to discuss all relevant aspects of the research process. And fourth is to enable others to evaluate whether enough information exists to want to support the proposed study or not. So that can be as a supervisor, as a grant, or as a funder. Okay. So these things you see that thesis. So in the research writing itself, it is coming. The thesis or your means any research grant like this research proposal writing, and also so these things will be there that who will judge your work. Okay, so whenever you are writing a research proposal, there are three persons. So the three things, if it is okay for your research proposal, then it is going to be sanctioned. Okay, so first point is what is supervisor. You first show your research grant proposal to your supervisor. If he or she is satisfied, that means you why supervisor? Then because you are doing your work in your particular way, okay, in a particular field. So your supervisor may know the better way that okay, what is the importance or what is the need of the particular research field. So if you discuss once with your research supervisor that this is the idea I kept in my mind and I want to place a project in this, so definitely he or she will be the best person who can supervise. So after that, you should see the grant opportunities also. Okay, so whatever this study you have written in the research proposal. This is really fund seeking or not. What is the actual importance? Will the funder agency, and last is the funder. So we have to check that industry or funder agency, they are giving something or not. If you, I don't know, maybe you know heard about this. That is Pradhan Mantri Fellowship, PM Fellowship is there. Pradhan Mantri Postdoctoral Fellowship. For that reason, even in doctoral fellowship also, Pradhan Mantri Doctoral Fellowship is also there. For that case also, what is there? So there is a collaboration process that if you want to avail that fellowship, you have to go with the you have to go and you have to collaborate with the industry person. So that fellowship, 70% government will pay and 30% that industry will pay. So that the industry also will grow and the government also will grow. Now, why they have planned this kind of things? So that industry person, you have to work with them. Okay, suppose that some food related things. Suppose if I am going for this milk and all, milk and milk products. So I am working with Amul. So I am a researcher means I am a PhD scholar or I am a assistant professor who are doing the research. So if that person address some problem with the shelf life of the milk, so they can address it to the Amul. They can tell, okay, I'm having some solution with which we can increase the shelf life of the milk products and non-milk. So the same thing, same proposal, I'm writing to the government of India for PM Fellowship. Okay, so PM Fellowship will ask about some collaborating industry. So I kept Amul name by writing a MOU with the Amul. So in such cases, what will be there? Amul also gives some fund, they will also raise some fund, and government also will give some fund, that is 70-30. Okay. And this point is, it can provide a stepping stone to new opportunities. Always your proposal should be opening way or opening door of the new opportunities. Now, if I'm going to the background, okay, if I will see the background. So first, to make a research proposal, we should set some background. So what is the background? What points comes under this? That is general idea selection. So yesterday itself, I discussed this thing that first we have to set some research idea or some research topic, on which topic or the research problem. So on which topic or on which particular area I want to work. Okay, and why that particular area is important. That also we have to check once. So turn to the literature that pertains to your area of interest, definitely, because also I told you the literature survey is the key point of getting the research idea, because literature survey is the one thing where we can learn or we can read some latest topics of our latest articles or latest things of our research topic. Now, if we are studying those literatures, from that literature's novels, books, book chapters only, we'll get the idea. Because otherwise, just if you are thinking, suppose I'm thinking that I will do work on so and so topic. So within this world, maybe another side, the people already they thought and they have done that research work. Okay, so the world is not a very small thing, right? So if this person is sitting in the Australia, if they have done that work in the India, by sitting in India, how we can judge that work has been done or not? That is the reason we have to keep touch with the scientific community that is doing the research journals, books or book chapters or the conference proceedings. That we have to keep checking there every day that our topic has been published with others or not. Okay. So next is ideas from the courses attended and research discussions. Okay. You can get the idea from the literature surveys, literatures also. And another is you can take the idea from the attended course. Suppose you are attending any basic course of your particular domain. Okay. So if or you are attending some online conferences, online FDPs, or any online short-term course or this NPTEL online lecture. From their lecture itself, we've got some idea. So why I am telling? So these things that should have some evidence. Okay. So whenever you are going to write a research problem, you should place the evidence to the funding agencies. Okay, so and so problem has not been addressed earlierly. I have only addressed this, and this is the proof of this. It can be newspaper, it can be any magazine, it can be any journal, any book chapter, so and so. Ideas from media. Okay, we can get from the science magazines also. We can get from the news clippings also. So idea, this is idea we can get from these sources. Okay. So once you have a topic now, after these all these sources collect, all the sources explored collectively, now we suppose we got some idea. Now once you have a topic, what we can do? So glean from courses taken in writing research methods. Okay, and develop a strategy. That also I told yesterday. The strategy should be there. What strategy? Develop a strategy for addressing all relevant components. Okay. Then you should give a sufficiently descriptive and concise title. Okay. So title should be concise. At the same time, it should be very much descriptive or expressive. Okay. Then a 400 words of summarized research proposal abstract, because whenever the scientists or technical teams, they will read your research proposal. First of all, not only research proposal, even research paper also. First of all, they will check your abstract. Okay, so what is the abstract of the work? So now in the introduction part, what you can mention, that is background content and the rational, the things, research questions and all. Frame the research problem and develop your hypothesis. Okay, so whenever you are developing some hypothesis in your proposal, there itself you can make that what should be your strategy or what should be your research methodology to solve those kind of hypotheses. Okay, so you don't bother about the result of the hypothesis. It will go null hypothesis, or it will come as a positive hypothesis, or it will come as a negative hypothesis. Now, in the introduction part, these two things we have to keep in mind. First is your study title, and then the context. The context from where we can get, if we are doing the extensive literature survey, definitely you will get the context. After the literature survey, we will get the research gap. Okay, this should be addressed, and there is a seeking of funds. So if that is the idea, within this kind of small our pocket money, we cannot do that research. So we are seeking some grants from the government. Okay, so that is the purpose of after literature survey. So now doing that literature survey, we can have the objectives. Okay, so objective means what? That is a goal, what you are aiming to achieve. Okay, suppose you got some research idea, you got some research project. Now you have to make objectives. So objectives, how we will make? The objectives are the aiming. The objectives are the things which we are going to achieve, or which we are thinking to achieve. That is the achievable thing. That is the objective. So whenever you are writing the objective, very precisely and in a very beautiful manner, you have to write the objective. Now, literature search is what that I told yesterday that I will discuss today. So are your idea novels? So literature survey is exactly giving the answers of these questions. Are your ideas novel? So what are the different sources of the literature search? That source can be academic literature. The source can be gray literature. So where are the research gaps? Okay. So to search this, where are the research gaps from the research literatures, research papers? You should be a very, 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 very critical thinking. You should have very critical thinking. So you should be a critical thinker. Okay. So with the critical thinker only, you can search some research gaps from the existing literatures. Show you can integrate and synthesize the existing literature. So nothing is perfect. Illustrate some potential issues you may encounter and how you will deal with them. Okay, that is the actually purpose of literature searching. Next is the writing part. Writing part is that 4 CS in diamond. So CS in research writing. That is what this 4 CS in diamonds and 3 CS in research writing. Okay, that is actually, I am using this line as ironically. So what is this 3 CS? 3 CS is first, 3 C's means this clear, coherent and compelling, or as competitive. Okay, so whenever you are going to write any research proposal, this 3 C should be followed. It should be clear, it should be coherent, and it should be compelling. Okay. Now, don't get caught up the little details. Keep a very big picture view. Okay. So, whenever you are writing your report, after getting sanctioned your report, that time itself you can write a detailed thing of your research work. So if you are having a simple idea of any research work by the literature survey or literature search, don't write in the proposal in a very deep manner. Okay, try to explain the things to a very simple word and with minimum information. Plagiarism is a serious academic offense. So whenever you are submitting your research proposal, you should go for the plagiarism checking also. If it is coming, try to make it 0. And also set some parameters. Okay, so this is also important when we are writing a proposal. We should set some parameters and what is our aims and what things we have to achieve with this literature with this research proposal. Okay, now the research questions. What do you wish to accomplish? So as with goals, is the question SMART. SMART means what? Specific, measurable, achievement, relevant, and time bound. It's a very common thing nowadays. Whenever you are doing the SDG mapping, SMART objectives, there itself people are using this word: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So your research also should be SMART. Okay. So is it a feasible question? That also you should ask. Now this one is not required. Yeah. Now if I am going to methodology, there we have to ask some questions to the to our research work. How will you answer your research question? Okay, so 5 W and H. That is what? Who, what, when, where, why, and how. This is the research questions. So whenever you are going to write a research question for particular any proposal, these 6 points you have to keep in your mind, and these 6 points you have to write whenever you are writing the research proposal. So methods must be well thought out and comprehensive. And if you are going for the research design means, so qualitative and quantitative or mixed method, that is also a big question. So whatever you are doing the research, that research, whenever you are writing the research, the data you will collect the data that will be qualitative data or it will be quantitative data, because in many fields I have seen people can only use the quantity data or quality data. Both is not possible. If it's both possible, that means what should be the mixed data we have to do. Cross-sectional longitudinal surveys also should be there. Primary, secondary data analysis. Within this, which data analysis method we have to take. This is also you have to check here. Okay. Next, if primary data analysis method. So, what is primary data analysis method? Tool validation, pilot study, or validity statistics. So, or in the case of this secondary data means we are collecting data from others' work. Okay, that will be your secondary data analysis. Now, so anticipated findings and their significance. So first point is what? A key factor in any research endeavors is the anticipated results. Okay. So suppose we are doing a research, there itself you should search something, okay, these things will be there, and we have to write these things in the research. So are the results are too much fruitful, or are the result is significant? Whatever I am thinking in my mind that the problem should be addressed, are my research results are really addressing those problems? That also you need to check. How will this project contribute to science, knowledge, or innovation? These 3 things are important. Science, knowledge, innovation. If your project, how it is valuable, how it is applicable for them. Why will your proposal be chosen over the other for funding? Okay. So before asking them the question, you ask that is yourself. You before submitting the research proposal, if you have prepared it, you just open it once from your end itself, and you read it once. That and you try to think that you are a funding agency person and funding agent, and you are going to give some 50 lakh rupees for that particular project. Okay. So after reading that project proposal, you think from yourself, is it really that much good? That with some maturity, not with the initial stages. So if you are a very initial stage scientist, or if you are a very initial stage academician, definitely it is very difficult for you. So for that case, you can take help from your seniors, or you can take help from your supervisor or some senior colleagues, that okay, you read my proposal and you just check it once that my proposal is good or bad. And if you are a funding agent, will you give me the fund for this proposal? That will really helpful for you as well. Now, these 3K systems we'll see. I put some 3K system. First, I put that usually I'm using these things whenever I'm giving talk on this particular topic. That is KT, KD, KM. This K system is important. KT, KD, KM means KT is knowledge translation. Okay. KD means knowledge dissemination. Knowledge dissemination. And KM is knowledge mobilization. These three things should be there. If we are continuously following these 3 points, definitely you will get more focus to write a research proposal. First point is what that we have to consider, that is knowledge translation. Just let's see, this is a dynamic process that involves synthesis, discrimination, exchange, and ethical use of knowledge to improve the life of the Canadians. Okay. Now, develop. Now, if I have used Canadians means some examples I have taken from the Canada. That's why I have used that word. And next is develop handouts, fact sheets, doing presentation at level of audience. So that is basically a knowledge translation. If the knowledge translation criteria is there in your research proposal, definitely you can apply it. Next is KD, knowledge dissemination. Transferring knowledge within an across setting with the expectation that the knowledge will be used such as for learning or attitude or behavioral change. Okay. So conduct workshop, create a website, transfer knowledge to end users. That is also important. And next is possible outcome for KD. This knowledge dissemination is what? Increased awareness, greater capability for informed decision making, and further information exchange. The last point is what? Knowledge mobilization. The specific activities and tools that facilitate the multi-directional flow and exchange of research knowledge. That is your knowledge mobilization. Now, budget and timeline. So this is also very important thing, that what should be the budget, how we can write the budget. So whenever you are writing a proposal, if it is a worth of 1 lakh, try to write a budget within 60%, that is 60,000 rupees. So whenever you are going for any research proposal writing, whether it is giving 1 lakh, 30 lakh, 50 lakh, so you should write your research proposal, that budget, so that it is coming within the 60% of that fund. So it will be better actually. So your chances of accepting your project proposal will be more. Okay. So that in budget, what it should be there in proposed budget, all inclusive, that whatever things are required during your PhD, it all should be included. Research how much all supplies, materials, and RA cost. Okay. So next point, what you have to keep in the budget, that is your supply. Supply means this, ensembles, glasswares, or whatever materials you are using, and also RA cost maximum I have given, that is RA cost, RA maximum salaries they are giving to the RA. So instead of RA, you can write the JRF also, you can write this SRF also, everything. RA means after PhD. Okay. So in budget, these things also very important thing, and these things you should include, that whatever raw materials we are using, from where, if you are giving me some budget, where that money I will spend to maintain my lab, or to make some materials, or to make some chemicals, like that. Okay. Is anyone unmuted? Is anyone wants to tell something? Okay. Now, third point is for personnel, you must factor in benefits. Okay. So it's a very thing that for personnel, you must factor in benefits, vacation time mates. There we are writing the things also where we can travel for the conferences. The traveling cost also we are writing, but sometimes with some this funding agencies, they set that particular limit of that this particular on this point for this personal benefit and vacation. Okay. And next is no padding. That means evaluators are aware of what things cost. That should be there and can include student charges or hirings, supplies and travel cost. So not only the RA, but also if you want to hire some master degree students with net or without net or with gate, without gate, that is your choice because you are the PI, you are the principal investigator. It is your choice to whom you want to appoint. So as per the policy of the government, as per their eligibility, even if they are having master degree, if they have cleared so and so exam, so their salary will be that much, and if they have not cleared so and so exam, so their salary will be that much. That we have to check from the UGC or that particular funding agency's website. They are having the instructions. Okay, and also their travel costs and supplies. So if they are coming from very long place to your university for the research work, their traveling cost means if they want to not traveling cost to go to hometown, but for that student, if they want to visit some abroad for some collaborative work or for some conference, FDP workshops, that funds also they should get from the project budget. Okay. So from long time, I am only telling the things. Maybe it will get bored. Now, just I want to ask from you, what is in your mind that what should be the most effective things so our budget will be more more practical. What things we should include there as per your research topic? What things should be more? Any response can I get? Suppose you are writing the budget today itself. So I want to judge your mentality that what is in your mind. Okay, you can speak out that okay, in my mind this should be budget and these things I should spend more. At this point I should spend less, like that. So according to in respective of your disciplines and all. Yes, you can. Anyone from the audience?
So would renting out a space and salaries come under this?
Sir, ma'am?
Would renting out a space, if you want to,
No,
conduct
actually,
a-
this is yeah. If I'm talking about this renting of a space, so first of all, I want to tell that it's a very misconcept that they will give the rent of the space also. From which university or from which organization you are planning, you are applying for this research grant, they should provide the space free of cost. Any kind of funding agency, they are not at all providing a single rupee for the renting of the space. Some
Okay.
basic facility should be there within your institute. So under this basic infrastructure, a space or a lab should be given. If your project is sanctioned, the lab should be given from your institute. If it is not, if they are not giving the proper, because definitely inspection will be there after granting your project. If they have not given the space or any lab, definitely your research project is going to be stopped from the your funding agency.
Beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning itself, within 6 months, some audit will be there. If in audit they will see that your institute is not providing anything, and from project itself you are paying the that rent of your space of your institute, that is that time itself they will stop that project. Because whenever you are applying for the project, they are asking that what basic facilities you are that is there. So in that itself, we are writing that electricity supplying is there in our institute. A space or office or lab should be given from your institute, and the 24 hours this electricity supply 24 hours, air condition 24 hours, your this that is water supply, this all should be there from your institution. That is a basic facility that your institute should be following if you are seeking for a grant.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Any other?
Sir, can I?
Yeah, sure.
It can be purchase of books and equipments.
Definitely it can be there, because if you are from humanities background, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you are applying for some humanities project, or if you are applying for some literature projects, so for science background, what people can do, they are they are applying for this consumables. Like consumable means the glasswares, chemicals, and the lab equipments. But for humanities people, that is not possible. So in terms of consumables, that part you will in justification part, in consumables you will write that I need some books, or you can ask for some access of some websites. Means some this databases. Some many databases are there where, so while you are doing the literature review, while you are reading the literatures and all, for that reason maybe some people they are asking it is not open access. So that access registration charge, a subscription also you can claim through your project. And not only that, if you want to collaborate with some libraries, as if you are applying from humanities, suppose you are working on Shakespeare lifestyle, and you want to read about the Shakespeare lifestyle, and you found that in some other country in that library that book is there. So if you want to collaborate through your project is ready to give you the fund for that kind of collaboration, that you can go to abroad in that country, you can visit their libraries, or the university libraries, or national library, whatever it is. You can with that project itself you can get their membership. If it is national library, you can get their membership, or if it is any university library, you can get their membership, get the access, and you can get that literature or that book also from them. So that thing you can claim in your project, definitely in the terms of consumables.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm planning to do something on green studies. So it comes under multidisciplinary thing.
Definitely.
So,
No, green studies mean, can you, if you don't mind, can you share your title or idea that green studies means?
Pathway to promote eco-friendly education system through green studies. Green studies, like in literature, there are many poems and stories are there,
Okay.
like
Okay.
felling of the banyan tree, axe.
Uh-huh.
So through that, I'm planning to do, sir. So
No, actually, if you are, I'm sorry to suggest, actually, when you are planning, what should be your output? Just can you tell me one outcome of your research? Then only I can tell you what is the possibilities.
outcome, yes, sir.
Means if you plan some research, so before that itself you have to be ready with your expected outcomes. I'm not telling that definitely these outcomes will be there, but if you address some research problem, there should be some expected outcome that you are thinking after completion of my research work, so and so outcome will come, which will help to address this problem, or which will resolve the challenges of whatever people are facing, or society is facing, or community is facing. So that is why I am asking. So
Initially, because we are in a precarious state, because of this greenhouse effect and all, rising temperature, higher carbon dioxide level, and faster
definitely.
biodiversity loss.
Yeah,
So, keeping in mind the SDG 4 quality
Yeah.
education,
Yeah.
climate action should be taken. So, then aim of the research will be to promote green academics as one of the means for eco-friendly education, and to promote change in lifestyle, which will help to attain futuristic development goals, and to explore the ways to promote eco-friendly concepts. And the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Okay.
And basically, I want to do something on vermicomposting plants, recycling of e-waste, recycling of clothes, and say no to plastics.
Okay. So that is so from which department you are belonging, ma'am?
Department of English, sir.
Okay, Department of English. So how you can how you can collaborate with this means it is a completely some technical based work you are doing, right?
That is why I have mentioned some equipments I'll be taking. Basically,
Okay. So
this.
are you? So that is why initially I told. So have you done this kind of work earlier? No, na?
No, no, no.
Okay. So that means if you are not doing that kind of work, but if you are applying for this kind of work, they will definitely check your publications. So whatever publications you have done, maybe it is not at all correlated with this topic, whatever you are searching.
I have written quite a few papers on green academics.
Okay,
So,
you have already done that one.
yes, yes.
Okay. Then maybe it is in Scopus indexed or SCI?
No, no, no. Peer-reviewed journals and
No.
some in UGC listed.
Okay. So for your information, ma'am, I want to tell you, whenever you are going for this kind of project proposal submission, there itself they will check your mainly SCI publication. If you don't have the
Mainly?
SCI publication, SCI, Science Citation Index, or your case you can go for the SCIE publications, Science Citation Index Extended, or ESCI publication also, or even Scopus publication also. Sometimes it will work, but sometimes what is there, they are not bothering about Scopus publication also. Only they have directly written only SCI publication.
Okay.
So
But
these things you can keep in
sir,
your mind.
as far as my knowledge goes, getting into a Scopus publication, that is very difficult and a very lengthy process.
Yeah, definitely. But people are doing that. That is the problem. I know it's a very lengthy process, the thing. But what I have observed from the last 2-3 years, they have written in that in publication they are considering in bracket essay publications only. So even if you have written your peer-reviewed papers also, definitely they will not consider that one. That is a very good tip, and I don't know you have explored or not. If you explore the websites and whenever whatever this the pattern or this proposal writing pattern they have given, so in that pattern, if you write down this within their format or pattern, there itself they will ask your last 5 years publication record, and in bracket they have mentioned SC publication. Sometimes whenever you don't have SC publications, but you have some Scopus publications, definitely they will try to consideration if your work is really good. Otherwise, they will not check. But in case of peer review, UGC care itself, they are not at all considering. Maybe you know from last month itself
Yes.
it came. All
They have
UGC.
stopped.
Yeah, they have stopped all UGC care journals. So how they will rely on the researchers of the UGC care journals? But still, nowadays also, many universities, many colleges, they are giving the targets of UGC care journals. I don't know why. But the thing is, if we are going for the UGC care journals, ma'am, they are not going to be considered. That is for sure. If you're writing proposal with your UGC care publication, for sure they are not going to be accepted. So you can do
before
one
the
thing
end of this FDP, can you please give us a list of where we can publish our papers?
Yeah. I will. I can show you where this Scopus database. You can search some things, which journal is applicable for what, and how many time they are asked. That everything I can show you. If you're telling me, I am writing that point. That point also with that research proposal, that research paper writing, that day itself I can cover this one.
Thank
It's
you
very
so
good
much.
point. Okay. I will because many faculties they don't know, they don't aware of this, that how to search the proper journal also. Definitely, it is also a very good part, because whenever you are going for this literature survey, if you are going for any small journals, maybe their data is fraud sometimes. So many clone journals are there. Maybe you know better from me. If you are going to the literatures, many clone journals you will get, ma'am. Even if this UGC care journals also.
There are many, sir.
Many.
There are many.
If you are going to this for UGC care journals, I suppose. In UGC care journals itself, I have seen that many journals with the same name, it is there. But ISBN number is different. There itself, they are playing with us. So if you publish by giving some money to them, you publish, suppose 5,000, 6,000 they are charging. I published, okay, within 1 week, 2 weeks, within 1 month, my paper has been published. Now the next point is, within some days, you will see your article will not be in the UGC list. That means that you have trapped with the UGC clone journals. That is the reason that UGC has stopped all these journals, UGC care journals, because many clonings has been done. But when you are going to the Scopus index or in the SCI Web of Science index journals, definitely you will not get the most clone journals, or there itself to cache the clone journals, to identify the clone journals is very easy, because Scopus database, it is itself many parts are there, that Q1 journals, Q2 journals, Q3 journals. So I'm also again telling that in Scopus also, in Q4 journals, you don't go for Q4 journals, because Q4 journals, anytime they can out of the Scopus. So if you have the Scopus publication and essay publication, that only the funding agencies are considered as the record of your last 5 years publication. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
but you
Very
don't worry, ma'am. This
invaluable.
point, this
Very
point I have
invaluable.
written, ma'am. I will tell you how to search the proper journal also, no issue. Although it is not the part of the FDP, but with the permission of the organizer, definitely I will tell you that how to
Thank
check
you
the
so
journals.
much.
also. No
Sir,
issue.
more than that, I mean, how not to fall into the trap of this clones is something which you need to highlight it.
Yeah, I will tell. I will show you some journals also that that there are same names, but their website and ISBN number is totally different. So how to identify this, that also I will show. Otherwise, you will get the trap. Definitely, I will show.
Okay.
How to search the journals and how to search the clone journals, I will show you. No issue. I've
Sure,
noted
thank
down already. I have noted down. Yes. Just in next session, just if you don't mind, just to remind me before starting of the session next day that these things I need to cover. Already I have written, but just to remind me once.